Well, it's the kid, and this town ain't big enough for the both of us, so they sent me, the fourth horseman, here to evict half your family and starve the rest, Malthusian style. It's the long-haired, short-tempered, middle child culture out from the sticks. I'm here to stick you up, so raise them digits to the sky, because I'm here to yoink and twist all your content. And on the other side of the pond, hailing from the winter wonderland, because if it ain't snowing, he ain't going. So somebody please lock up these white women, or we'll need to clean up on aisle 3. And don't let the name fool you. He's not a mart man, and he's not a supermarket, and just because he's cold as ice don't mean you'll find him in the frozen section. And it's not because he doesn't play ices, but because when he brings that Falco out, you'll be out of stocks, brother. It's Kaymarth. How you doing, my brother?
Wow. Hey,
I told you I had more. Once
again. Yoink and twist. That's a fucking bar. That's a bar at the end right there. You snuck that one in.
If you're wondering why we change clothes like 3 or 4 times in this episode, don't question it. I don't care explaining it to them.
Don't worry about it.
The reality is, though, we couldn't get it edited in time. We could not keep up with our boys Drake and Kendrick, right?
Yeah, they were just fucking.
Oh my god, man! But I feel like the dust has settled now. Yeah. I feel like round 1 is over. Look, we're Kendrick fans, right? But man, I feel like Drake held his own, man. I feel like
I think Family Matters was good. I can't even hear Family Matters the same way because literally Meet the Grams drops, boom, right? Like I'm like, okay, this song.
What was it? Like
this
40 minutes
this
later?
song's asked. Yeah, I think like 30, 40 minutes. I'm like, this song is asked now.
The quickest like response in like history.
All the fucking memes about the mole and who the mole, like all that Yeah, like you guys don't know, but we have like a little separate thing where we send each other. And I was just for like 2 weeks, I was just spamming the fucking tweets, sending so many funny, stupid tweets about all this shit. Like,
isn't it funny how that one channel has become like my. That's where I go for my news.
Yeah. Literally.
I wake up and I'm like, what happened? What happened while I was sleeping? You know?
Yeah. So funny, dude. Yeah, like it's I've never seen anything like it where everyone is like my Twitter feed is literally nothing but Kendrick Drake. Like even now, people are still like kind of like you said, the dust has settled a little bit, but
the dust has settled. Dude. But do you know what? Do you know what? When the dust has settled, do you know what has arisen from the ashes? BBL Drizzy.
Yeah, that's shit.
I can't believe a beat won the diss battle. Yeah.
He's getting cooked.
Yeah, I feel like he held his own, but the hard part 6 was a flop.
That shit stunk.
Yeah, that was bad. It was a bad way to end it, but it was more of him like trying to clear his own name than it was like dissing, right?
Dissing, yeah. I was like, yeah, you can't play that game. There's no proof on either. You guys are just talking shit. It makes you look worse that you're trying to be like, I didn't do any of that. Like, go fucking talk about how short this nigga is or something. Like,
yeah. I seen one thing where someone was talking about, Kendrick has called him a pedophile. He was like, certified lover boy, certified pedophile.
What?
On the Hard Part 6, he says something like, I only go for Whitney's, not no Millie Bobby Browns. And someone on Twitter was like, who said Millie? Who said anything about Millie Bobby?
Yeah. No one said any names. No one said any. That's why I said he owned himself. Yeah. Like the hard part 6 was he owned himself. Like he's and then so many other. If I was a pedophile, I would have been caught because I'm so famous.
Right.
I'm like, dude, look at fucking Diddy over here. You're saying this now? Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, like who? This guy's been running around the streets for how many years?
Yeah, and it's fresh news. It's not like, how did you forget about that? It was last week.
Like this shit just happened, bro. Like, come on now. Yeah. So he cooked himself. And then Metro came in and I seen a tweet of like the scene of the Avengers where like everyone's coming out of the fucking Doctor Strange portals, like Metro summoning all the SoundCloud rappers to fucking cook Drake, and everyone's just coming out of the. I was crying, bro. Like, yeah, dude, that shit's crazy.
It was a wild one though. I like because it's something that we don't think, like, you don't really think about it in hindsight, but like even like the whole East Coast West Coast beef, like that was like 100 people versus 100 people dissing each other. Yeah,
it was literally like
that's an exaggeration.
Crew battles.
Yeah, but like they took like weeks to reply. Like Ether and the Takeover, like Nas and Jay-Z, there was months between those songs. We had a 40-minute gap at one point.
Yeah, that shit was rapid. I mean, dude, look, I feel bad for Drake fans. That's honest, because Kendrick Lamar has us dancing in the fucking clubs, dancing outside to him getting called a pedophile.
Yeah, that's
Drake
crazy,
getting called a
man.
pedophile.
They not like
he
us.
literally has
they
us,
like us.
and where everybody's vibing, like, yeah, wow, 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 wow. Yeah. He's a 69 God, like, and that shit is the catchiest shit. He said, I got a crazy song for you here, Euphoria. You're like, oh my God, what the fuck is happening? And then he fucking brings out the club jam and everyone crip walking, all this shit. I'm like, yeah, man, this is.
Which is your favorite of all the songs?
I'd have to say, like, Not Like Us, probably. Yeah.
I think for me, it's Meet the Grahams. I think it's just such a destruction of like his whole character.
The timing adds hella points to Meet the Grahams too.
Yeah.
Right
insanity,
man.
Man.
Right after Family Matters, dude. I can't believe it. That was the most insane thing.
Yeah.
Like Family Matters, Meet the Grahams.
I was away the weekend that it all happened. I was like down the country. I was at like a festival. When I got down there, I was like, oh, fuck, man. Like one of the songs had just dropped. Maybe it was like Family Matters on the Friday or something like that. No. Which came out before Euphoria. Oh, Euphoria dropped on a Friday, right?
Euphoria, yeah.
But when I went down, I was thinking like, fuck, I'm going to have no one to talk about with this. Because on the way down in the car, I was with my friend Ev, and she was like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah,
I was like,
I don't know about this shit. Yeah.
You know, I was like, someone, I need to talk to someone about this. And when I got there, I walked into a pub and my friend Joe was there, and he instantly points at me and he was like, Kendrick and Drake. And I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, yeah.
Fucking
but like
push Ev out of the way.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. That, like, I think there are probably like better quality songs in terms of like the fucking wordplay and the entendres and all this, but Not Like Us is just a banger, dude.
Yeah,
like that shit got me. That shit get me turned in the car, bro. Like I'm fucking over here, West Coast. You know, West Coast. We're up right now, dude. We're fucking everybody's crip walking. Everybody's fucking. We're just vibing out here, man. This shit is amazing.
I was on the phone earlier and you know Mal, what's his full name? He's friends with like AJ and all them.
Malik or
yeah, him. He was there. He lives in Toronto, and he was like, he was walking while he was walking past, and he was like, oh, that's just disrespectful. And I was like, what? And he was like, someone in Toronto is playing They Not Like Us on their speaker. He was like, this is Toronto. I was like, at least not here.
Dude, did you see Kendrick had plans to like tour? He has like a Toronto tour like coming. What? Like he literally, like when this beef happened, he's like, he like on his Twitter or whatever, he's like, yeah, to Toronto tour, like dates, tickets or whatever.
Damn, just to prove I'm good in your city too.
I was like, this nigga is real. He said, I'm pulling up and I'm gonna perform. I think this was before Not Like Us and all that, but now, I mean, hey, now he's got it. Now he's got it locked and loaded.
I will say one thing about the whole disto, and I'm not the first or the last person who'll say this. There were some stuff that was said that there needs to be receipts for. Like, yes. I don't care if we get them or not, but it doesn't validate what they said. No. I think the dangerous thing about receipts is like people started getting shot. You know? Yes. Yeah.
I mean, Drake's house just fucking got shot up.
Yeah. What do you think happened there, man? I mean, you can never tell. That could be some other shit, right?
I was about to say it's probably some other shit, but the timing is just insane. Like
I was watching some like podcast. Whose was it? I don't know who it was, but it was Corrupt or someone like that. He didn't even know that the beef was happening. He was learning about it like 2 days ago on air. Yeah, and someone was saying like, oh, you know, fans are a motherfucker. That could have been one of Kendrick's fans that just like shot it. And he was like, shut the fuck up. He was like, you don't know the dirt that these guys are in. There's gonna be some other shit that's got nothing to do with this. Yeah,
it's probably some other shit, but I think just the timing of it, like the timing on everything in this whole thing, the
conspiracy
is
in you like starts to TikTok, right?
It's insane. But yeah, it's like I said, it's probably some other shit.
Drake accused Kendrick of like beating his wife. I think that's a pretty big one. The pedophile shit.
That took off more because we seen the shit like on the stage and
that's what I was gonna say. It's so much more believable.
The Insta captions with him like I mean, obviously my timeline is probably super like Kendrick skewed, but I still see Drake people like popping up.
Yeah.
And the whole like, we fed him. I'm like, dude, you know, like all these so many memes of like, Drake is like telling his fucking homie, go tell him I'm a fucking pedophile. That's gonna be hilarious. Yeah. And he's like, boss, I don't think I should do that.
Yeah,
I don't think I should do that, boss.
That?
Like, you know, maybe we shouldn't. But you know, because it's like, well, what? Like you're focusing on the wrong. Okay, sure, you got him with the 11-year-old daughter thing. What about this shit right here, buddy?
Yeah, like you know, like on the Hard Part 6, I think it's like pretty early on. He basically is like covering his tracks. He's saying like, I'm not a pedophile, and he goes down that route where he's like mother I, always in that track where you got molested on or something like that, and like. He almost, but here's the thing, right? He almost had like a lane to go there where he was like, he's talking about like, oh, I get it now. You're the one who's obsessed with pedophiles because you got touched on or whatever
exactly.
like that. But then
he's like makes fun of him for getting touched.
Yeah, and it's
and
you're like,
who is going to take your side on this? Who the fuck is gonna take?
And
your
also,
side
did he listen to the track? Because the track is clearly about Kendrick
it's
saying like,
literally
no,
him saying no, they didn't believe me.
It
didn't happen. So you're just doubly fucking up. Because even if it did happen, that is not a good route. That is not a good route to go. No one's on your side there. And then B, nigga, you didn't listen to the fucking song.
Can you imagine that, right? Where like someone is like, you're a deadbeat dad, you have a secret 11-year-old daughter, you're a pedophile rapist, and all the guys that you hang about with are too. And your response is like, well, you're short and got molested. Checkmate.
Got him. Dude, come on. Come on. The Drake fans, like I said, they're fighting for their fucking life. Did I send you the Joe Budden one?
Oh, dude, it's the best one.
Ish's face. Ish's face.
Like
yeah, he's there just sitting there like, it's a sad day for light-skinned motherfuckers like you. I was like, oh yes.
Oh, man,
and then they all start fucking on the set in his crocs. I was like,
it's such a good song, man. Fuck.
It's so good. It's so good, dude.
Do you think we're gonna get a round 2, or do you think that's it?
So Drake just posted an Instagram thing of like someone like hesitating to push a red button.
Oh,
but I don't know, because that nigga's been posting shit this whole time. Like, you know, somebody said, this nigga's been staring at the button for a month. You gotta push that shit. Push that shit, dude. It's 'cause they're beating your ass, bro. They're beating your ass, man.
When you listen back to like this, and you listen to even like push-ups and stuff like that, it's pretty PG, right? Yeah. It was fun. It was pretty PG, right? Yeah. But it went nuclear. So like anything that comes out now has to be like, you know, Pusha T levels of like too far, you know? Do you ever see that interview of him, Pusha T on Drink Champs? And Nori's like, do you think you went a bit too far? And he was like, there is no too far with me. He was like, if you want to battle someone where too far is a thing, don't battle me. I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm like, oh, he's like, dig my dirt. He was like, I'm fine with it. You won't be fine with yours. Yeah. I was like, oh.
And I mean, and Pusha, he cooked.
And he went, he cooked, man.
Cooked that motherfucker.
If you can prove what you said is true, it gives you more, like, if we go to, like, say it's probably going to be difficult to prove that he's a pedophile, right? Because if you can, that's like the military gets involved. Not the military. What are they called?
Yeah, well, like the fucking, I don't know, the people who send your ass to jail.
Yeah, but if he can like have even one receipt, boom, it's gonna explode again. We're gonna have like 10 more diss tracks, you know?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I definitely, because I see people like clamoring, proof, whatever. I kind of enjoy the whole like, maybe it's the ignorant fucking, it's the Baltimore in me, you know? It's the ignorant, the fucking, the former ignorant man that I was. I just like seeing niggas talk shit unsubstantiated. Just say anything, dude. Just say some crazy shit. Who cares about proof? I don't give a fuck. I want to hear you say some crazy shit. You know? So I'm like, proof like makes it. Proof for them is like, it makes it like, I'm winning. But I just like the entertainment aspect of it, you know? Like proof, I feel like makes it less fun for me because now I'm like, somebody's a piece of shit. Like,
can you imagine there is proof, and it turns out that Kendrick did beat the shit out of Whitney. Man, he's gonna be difficult to listen to right after.
I was about to say, I mean, I'll listen.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yes, but like it's on your mind. Like when I listen to Kanye around other people now, I'm like,
you're like, you always have to say like, oh man, I wish he wasn't such a dickhead. Play the song anyway.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't say anything, and then if people are like, oh, you still, then I'm like, oh god damn it. But yeah, it's like because I have had that where like
you're like, okay, yeah, you're like, 1 second, if you're not okay with it, let's just change it, and the next song comes on, it's the remix to Ignition. You're like, sorry, skip, yeah.
Yeah, literally. It's like, because I personally, I can separate artist from person.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, sometimes, you know, people.
Yeah, I think that whole like separate art from the artist thing is really difficult. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I feel like there's worse things in the world, but maybe that's not a good enough answer. I feel like if someone's a piece of shit and I know about it, even if they make really good music, I won't get into it. So like,
it's harder. I think.
Yeah.
If I don't already like it, if I know you're a piece of shit and I don't already like your music, I'm not gonna listen. But like, with Kanye, it's like this guy I fucking raised by Kanye.
Me.
Like,
he molded us. Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's like,
and also like, where do you draw the line? So like 50 Cent, I grew up listening to him, but I knew he was a bad man, right? So like, he probably murdered people, right? Is that worse than like knowing that like it like was misogynistic growing up? Do you know what I mean?
I think it's different. I think it's different, right? Because they're like in the hood life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's completely different. Yeah, because if you know, like Drake is not a fucking hood man, like
but he's
so
still
it's
pedo.
just I was about to say it's like I don't, you know, there's no reason. Like 50 Cent, he maybe killed some niggas in self-defense, who knows, right? Like
it was business.
Shit gets crazy in the streets, you know. Shit gets if you're in the streets, but like it's different if you're, you know, like,
there's sometimes there's a reason to shoot a guy. There's never a reason to be a pedophile. Right?
Exactly. So it just totally depends on, like, I think because 50 Cent, like, that shit doesn't affect me at all. Like, I know this nigga's a hood nigga. Like,
do you know what's really funny as well? So like, I grew up like so the internet existed, don't get me wrong, but like I just grew up without it. I didn't have it. So like I got big into like metal, like growing up. Metal and hip hop are like my two first loves. So like when I got to like college or whatever like that, I think I knew little bits about like some of the characters in metal being shady. But I remember when I got to college, I was like listening to like Burzum and shit like that. And they're like, you know, those dudes are like neo-Nazi, like that have like attacked people, like have burned churches and stuff like that. And I'm like, yikes. I'm like, they're like one of my favorite bands. So like I don't actively put them on, but whenever I hear them now, I'm like, oh, this shit slaps. God damn you neo-Nazis.
I hate you, motherfucker. Yeah, it's like, dude, come on. Just fucking be a decent person, man. Come on.
Yeah. But the music itself is inherently like you can't hear them. You're not listening to them, and then they're like when you like understand that they're neo-Nazis and you listen to the lyric and they're talking about when the pale moon rises. I was like, I just thought it was a moon. Nope, he's talking about the white race.
Yes.
I'm like,
the pale moon rises is crazy. That's poetic. Poetic racism. Yeah, poetic racism.
Difficult topic, but I'm not here to solve it, man. I'm just here to listen to music.
You know, facts. Yeah, I mean, I definitely can separate it, but I understand when people can't.
I feel like everybody gets like their form of media as a pass, right? So like I consume a shit ton of music, right? I don't really like, don't get me wrong, I still watch films, I still play video games, watch TV or whatever, but music is like 80% of what I do, right?
Yeah,
so like, so I'm not going out and watching, what do you call that fucking dude? Woody Allen, right? Woody Allen's known to be like a piece of shit or whatever like that. I'm not sitting there thinking like, oh, I'll watch all the Woody Allen films, right? But then if I met like a movie fan, right? A movie fan's like, oh man, what are you doing still listening to Kanye? I'm like, how many of Woody Allen films are still in your top 10? They're like, okay. They're like fair.
Yeah.
I think everybody gets one. I think if you're listening to Kanye, Tom McDonald, you're watching Woody Allen and Harvey Weinstein, you've got like it's like, dude, what are you doing? What point are you trying to prove here? You know?
Yeah, totally.
You're trying to be that asshole.
You know, games are my thing. I don't really think there's an equivalent, is there?
There's got to be, man. There's got to be some scumbags in there.
Like game devs being pieces of shit. I guess that's not really publicized as much, right? Like,
yeah, and a lot of them are in Japan, right? So we don't hear about shit, right?
I was about to say, it's just like, I feel like it's not as much of a thing. Like,
they all make their workers work like dogs, man.
Yeah. But that's like Japanese culture as well, to be honest. Like that's just that's a cultural difference more than anything. I don't think that's
there's got to be like one scumbag video game developer that we don't know.
No,
about.
I'm sure, but it's like it's like not as much of a, you know, like, oh, you're still playing Skyrim, don't you know?
I've never heard anybody say that.
But like, I mean, maybe EA is the equivalent because they're fucking pieces of shit, but everyone still plays their games, you know? I feel like cash grabs are something like different because it's not like they're not inherently doing anything wrong. It's just like people who care about games. They're like, oh, this is soulless. It's like fucking, you know, making like soulless jingles for like commercials type shit. Like people who are producers or musicians probably have to just be like, okay, let me just make this fucking Ozempic commercial jingle. It's like sounds the exact same or whatever the fuck, you know. Like that's the closest
did you play Hi-Fi Rush? You were into Hi-Fi Rush, right?
Yeah, I seen that whole thing. Yeah, that's shitty, but that's corporate, right? It's different. It's not like
Do you know what pisses me off about that though? Like those companies turned record profits. They're making so much money, but they just keep closing them. I don't understand what's happening.
Microsoft, they are cooked. They're cooked.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's AI. I think like these big companies are dropping all these and trying to cut costs with AI.
Just trying to, no, it's fucked. Especially Microsoft though, because A, those fuckers don't have any exclusives, and B, they're just cutting the fuckers who are actually making good games. Like they literally went to pitch Hi-Fi Rush 2 as well. Like people, like they talked about that. They're like, yeah, we pitched it, or we were about to pitch it, and then.
Do you know what I don't understand as well? Video games are the only media that survived the physical to digital transformation. So like video games are still, if you buy like a physical copy, it's like $80. If you buy like a digital copy, it's like $60, $65, right? And you can't really rent them. I know like Xbox Game Pass will have stuff or whatever
Game
like
Passes,
that. But they're from like 2 years ago and maybe one game that just came out, right? So like they've made their money on the game usually. And like think about music. I don't know how music is still alive because music's free, right? We all listen to music for free effectively. Like streaming sites have like not ruined, but like have made it very difficult to, like, you can't put out an indie film anymore and sell DVDs. It just won't work that way. You have to make your money at the box office and then streaming, right?
Or somehow get on Hulu or some shit. Like
yeah. And same with music. You can't just be like popular in your area, sell CDs in your local area. You have to like, to get even a cut. And there's some shady shit happening at Spotify at the minute where like they're about to cut artists even more.
Talking all about that shit, yeah.
Was he talking about it? I haven't seen him, but like they're adding in now audiobooks. So now they're going to pay out audiobooks. So see, if we pay for Spotify, our money's going to audiobooks that we don't listen to, right? That's what they're doing now. So even your artists are getting even less of a cut. Anyway, let me not even go down that rabbit hole because I don't know enough about it, and I'll talk about it next time. Do you have the not suitable for work, like profanity filter turned off or on Steam?
I have never touched that, so I do see the new and trending page is always just titties and ass.
What the fuck is that, man? That shit is wild. People must be buying them to like crazy, though, right?
Yeah.
Because they're always in the new and hot thing.
Always. There's some horny motherfuckers out there, dude.
And dude, some of those things are gross, man. Some of them are like Goblin Horse Fucker Part 4.
Yeah. We just scroll through new and trending and just laugh our asses off sometimes because we're like, what is this shit?
There's a couple of homies who, I won't say their name, but they're part of like Smasher Magazine's like group. Do you follow any of them on Twitter? And you're just like scrolling, you're like,
I stopped following people who are friends with AJ because
there's a couple of people who I had to just mute, like
unnamed. Yes,
you're really nice, but I don't need to know that you're jacking off to this shit.
let's talk after we're done recording. I want to see who, because I just was like, I don't follow it. Only people I follow are like Red Hot and like other people, and me and Red Hot are just like RPG fucking, kinsmen.
The funny thing is, those dudes wouldn't care if I said their name. I just won't. Yeah.
No,
do you know what's really interesting on Twitter now? if you don't have premium for Twitter, your likes can't be privated anymore. They're public. So if you're ever snooping, I recommend you go look at your friends' likes, see who's down bad on Twitter.
Yeah, see what's going on. Yeah. Luckily, I'm not much of a. I'm on Twitter solely for the memes and the shit talk. You know, I'm on Twitter to laugh and maybe see a cool indie game every once in a while.
But mainly just to keep up with Drake and Kendrick.
I couldn't even escape it if I wanted to. There was a point where I was like, okay, I'm like, I want to see it. My whole feed is just this, like.
Because have you seen the theory that like Kendrick is working with the feds to like bust the pedophile ring that is Drake? This is a conspiracy theory, yeah. And like if you go back and you like look at his bars, I can tell you was conflicted, because he's working with the cops even though he's from the hood. I'm like, come on, man, this is way too deep.
This was in like 2014, man. Get it together, dude.
People have way too much time on their hands. Like I don't think I don't think about other human beings this much. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. Like let's come on. Yeah. I'm pretty much just in it for the memes. Like if there's shit talk that comes from any situation and it's funny, I'm here for it. I don't care whose expense it's at. I don't give a shit about any of that. I want to laugh. I want to fucking laugh, and that's it. I don't care.
I don't care if you're 4 days old or 80,
I don't
man.
give a shit. I don't give a goddamn. I want to laugh, and that's it. I want to laugh at you. I want to laugh at him. Laugh about this shit. I don't fucking,
One for you.
Yeah, you gotta laugh. Yeah. And the only way my repayment to the universe is when it's my turn, when I'm the butt of the joke. When I'm the butt of the joke, I will fucking laugh along. I won't get, because it'll happen one day. It's just a matter of when.
I got all them videos on the hard drive. Don't you worry, man. Oh wait, no, pause. That sounds weird. Yeah. So okay, what year were you born?
1998.
Is 98 a good year for hip hop though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to go first?
If you don't mind, yeah. Do you have your top 5 or do you just have a list?
I've got my top 5.
Yeah, I got a list of records that I didn't put them in order yet.
I didn't really order them either. Like I have 4 that were like, and then the 5th one I kind of just put in because it's classic. So Aqua M and I, 98.
Oh my god!
Right. The Love Movement, Tribe Called Quest.
Movement. Okay,
that's one of my favorite albums. I love that fucking album. Black Star, 98.
Okay. Oh, what?
Yeah.
I think you've me cooked here.
And, yeah, exactly. And then Soul Survivor, Pete Rock was good.
Oh, great album.
Yeah, 98. And then The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, which I liked, but it's like that's a classic one. Yeah, I was about to say, I know you love that one. That's why I put that there too, because I'm like, that's 98. Holy shit! Like, was it? I was born in a peak era over here. There's some other really good ones too, by the way, like the Ghetto Boys, Snoop Dogg dropped. I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah, you got Scarface in here. Oh, you got a Third Eye Vision by Hieroglyphics in here as well. Oh, Moment of Truth by Gangsta.
Yeah, Gangstar.
The Next Step by People Under the Stairs. Oh shit! Yeah. And I'm only in March, man.
I thought about putting People Under the Stairs too, but I was like, Lauryn Hill, like, you'll appreciate this one.
Capital Punishment by Big Pun. Oh my god, man.
Fucking War and Peace, Ice Cube.
98 was a great year, man. That's a fucking... So your top 5, if you had to order them, what's number 1?
I might actually put the Love Movement, but Aqua M and I is like the one that most, but the Love Movement for me personally is like a...
Yeah, that's like a key album for you, right?
Yes, exactly. I was yeah. See, Famine, no, yeah, like the Busta, like those guys, like I love that album personally. But Aqua M and I, obviously number 2, and then probably Black Star number 3.
And your number 4 was
Soul Survivor, Pete Rock.
Fucking amazing album, yeah. Dude, you know what though? I have a good year as well.
No, I was about to say 92 is good.
Here's my list, right? I don't have them in order, so I'll figure them out. Daily Operation by Gangstar. Top 5. Here's a top 5 contender right here. Mecca and the Soul Brother. Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Definitely.
Feel like that could be number 1 right there. We got Don't Sweat the Technique by Eric B and Rakim.
That's what I'm looking at too. I love that.
Whew. Yeah, EPMD, Business Never Personal, really good like gangster rap album. Redman's What, the album is really good. Ice Cube's The Predator.
I was just about to say, I didn't know that came out in 92. Damn, those
dude, yeah, that's a good album.
Yeah.
But The thing about Ice Cube is it hasn't aged well, right? Because all of his songs are like, "You're gay, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass," and you're like, "What?"
Yeah.
You're like, "What the hell is that, man? What are you talking about? That's so weird, man."
That's not how that works.
Yeah. Here's one that I only listened to for the first time this year, and it's super, super good. It's Cool G Rap and DJ Polo, Live and Let Die. It's like a mafioso, hyper violent, almost like horrorcore rap.
Oh shit. Yeah, okay.
Dr. Dre's The Chronic, and we got The Far Side's Bizarre Ride to the Far Side.
Damn. That was 92.
They're like December 92, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's some heat, bro. Damn.
What would be my top 5 from that? I think my top 5 from that would be, you gotta have Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Yeah,
that could be number 1. I think Bizarre Ride to the Far Side has to be on there too. Don't Sweat the Technique. I want to put The Chronic there, but I feel like there's too many songs on that.
Maybe, yeah. I hold on. Let me check.
Yeah, I think I would put The Chronic. The Chronic's a great fucking album.
I was about to say it's a classic. Like,
there's so many songs on it though. There's like 21 songs or something like that. Oh no, I'm wrong. There's 16.
Let Me Ride. Nothing But a G Thing. Little Ghetto Boy, These Nuts. Yeah, it has to be top 5. Dude.
Yeah, it's got to be up there.
This shit has classics, bro. Bitches Ain't Shit.
Bitches Ain't Shit is a great song, man. It's
classic.
So misogynistic.
Yeah. It's a bitches ain't shit.
Bitches ain't, is that the one where it's like bitches ain't shit but hoes on tricks, so suck on these nuts and lick the dick?
Lick my dick, yeah. Dad, they cooked.
Man. So yeah, there's 4, and then what would we put in number 5? It's either Predator, Daily Operations, What, or Live and Let Die. And I think it's just
what was the
recency bias. Live and Let Die, but it's like lately I only found out that Cool G Rap is this like super lyrical like dude. I didn't know about him. Like nobody had put me on him growing up. I don't want to say like Biggie and Raekwon took their style from him, but he did the mafioso thing, and it never hit mainstream appeal, and then they also did it. Yeah, he's good. I'd recommend him, but you don't really listen to that whole mafioso gangster rap shit.
Yeah, not as much. I think I can. It just kind of depends on the like. Because it's like the same, like Ice Cube, I can appreciate what he does, but like it's too like you know what I'm saying? Biggie is like more chill, if that makes sense. Like the beats, the flow of the song is not as much like he might say I'll kill you, but he's like, yeah, you know, me and my nigga. Like it's just the flow is different. Whereas Ice Cube's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill you, piece of shit. I'm gonna fuck you and fuck you in the ass.
Ice Cube's almost like a punk band. You know?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Whereas Biggie feels closer to like the G-Funk style of like that type of shit, but they're still like talking about gangster rap. When
Biggie is saying all the stuff that he's gonna do to you and your missus, you can tell he's like laughing, leaning back. In the microphone. When Ice Cube does it, you can see his eyebrows.
Like, I'm gonna, I'm a fucking, that's exactly it. Like, that's really all it is. It's just the sound. Like, the subject matter, I don't give a fuck about. But
yeah, man, Biggie's got some funny fucking lyrics.
He does. That aggressive sound, though, I'm like, this not for me. Like, I can't vibe to this.
There's a lyric I always think about from Biggie where he's saying like he's basically robbing a woman, and he's like, oh no, I don't want to rape you, I just want the paper, the visa, capisce, I'm out like the vapors. He's like like he's so cheeky, man. Like he says something that disgusting, that like hard, and you're kind of like giggling. You're like
oh, Biggie.
Yeah. He got away with murder. Like he said some stuff that back in the day, like if anybody else, it would have been like massive like pause. Like he's got that line. He's like, "You're so beautiful, I'd suck on your daddy's dick." You know. He says stuff
yeah. That is fucking crazy.
Oh, man, yeah. But Biggie has some of those lines where you're listening to it and you're going, "Oh,
whoa,
he's a nasty motherfucker." I can't believe he said that on the track.
He's a dirty dog.
I think 98 wins. I think if we're doing a 5 versus 5, I think you got me there.
I think 98 wins too. I was looking, I was like, what? 92 has bangers.
Do you know what it is? I think 91, 92 is where the golden era starts.
Starting,
93, like 94.
Yeah.
Like I think 94 might be one of my favorite years. 94, I think, has Raekwon's. I think Liquid Swords. I think Tikal. I think
Illmatic.
Like Biggie's first album came out.
The Sun Rises in the East. Wow.
Yeah, 94
Jeru
is
the
stacked,
Damager. Resurrection. Blowout Comb. The Digital Planets.
Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. Oh, man. Ill Communication by the Beastie Boys, if you're into them. Regulate by Warren G. Jeez, man.
Regulators. That shit goes crazy, yeah.
Super Tight by UGK. Oh my god, man. Yeah, this is crazy. I don't think anyone could beat 94. Anybody listening, if you think that there's a better year for hip hop than 94, please let us know, right? This isn't even like comment bait. I just want to see like or alternatively, if you listen to like another genre, maybe like jazz or something like that, tell us what is the 94 of hip hop in that other genre, because I'd love to know, like, you know, like what is it, like 64 for jazz? Like, did like the greats come out in 64 or whatever?
Yeah, no, I think 94 is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think our goal is to try find a year that's better than 94. Yeah, it's so funny, like growing up like in the middle of the countryside in Ireland. I would play music, like I'd play like hip hop or whatever like that, and you'd hear like pretty racist old people being like, "Oh, you're playing that music, like what are you doing listening to that?
That jungle music."
Yeah. Yeah. But like you'd be there when you were younger, you'd be thinking like, oh man, fuck these guys, they don't get it. But then when you get older, you realize like it was just where I'm from. Everybody else was cool with it. You know, everybody else was like, yeah, it's just music, man. What are you talking about? You know,
it's fun. I wouldn't even say I grew up on hip hop. Like I grew up on hip hop like after I heard some from my brothers, and then I was like, oh, you know, I heard Lupe Fiasco, and I was like, oh, hello, who are you, sir? And then, but I grew up. My parents were just like Usher and Luther Vandross and
shit. It's still good.
That's pretty good. I was about to say, that's still like I grew up listening to good music. Don't get me wrong, you know.
Actually, I will say I did grow up listening to a lot of good music as well, just not hip hop. My parents like have really good taste in music. I think my parents as well are kind of like pretty appreciative of like if a song is good, even if they don't like fuck with the genre or whatever, you know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. What do your parents listen to?
My mom grew up like a mod. So like my mom grew up listening to like The Cure, David Bowie, all that kind of shit. She's a big Michael Jackson fan. Massive Michael Jackson fan. Yeah. There's loads of gas photos of both of my parents like dancing. I think that was their thing. I think they went out to dance, you know. Loads of like photos of them like, in the moves, like full swinging. Yeah. There's a great photo of my dad. He must have been like, younger than I am now. He's got the what would you fucking call it? Like the Travolta shirt on, like, in Dirty Dancing or whatever. He's got the like he's got the like shirt open and he's got the gold chain on, but he's got a broom in between his hands and he's jumping over the broom, like his legs over.
He's
and someone caught him mid-flight.
He was like getting down like that.
Yeah, my dad was a bit of a wild lad when he was younger, I think. Well, like as in a bit of crack, not like a criminal,
Like he was doing crack?
No.
Wait, what? Oh, no, I was like
he was a bit of crack, like CRAIC. Do you know what that means?
Oh, yeah. No, just like funny, like he was.
Yeah, crack is like the Irish word for like, the way English people say like banter.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay.
Crack is like, fuck man, how do I explain this? Crack is our entire culture. Like you can peer pressure someone in to doing something. Like if you're like, oh, I don't think I'll come. Ah, man, you're no crack. You're minus crack, man. Yeah, you're minus crack, man. Yeah. And they're like, fuck you.
Yeah, because, I hear crack and I'm like, Pops was guys. I got to ask him how it was, because that's still my drug that I have to try before I die.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing research. I'm a crack researcher over here.
We got a Reagan fan over here, man.
Yeah, I gotta see what's up. Why is this shit popping like that?
Why does my country love this shit so much?
I mean, my people.
Yeah, my community.
Yeah. Shit. I gotta see what the hype's all about.
White women got crystals. Black people got the rock.
Yeah, we got that slanging rock.
What are you playing at the minute?
This game called War Tales. It's like you like have a war band and then you all like manage your shit. It's pretty cool.
It sounds like a game that is made only for you. It sounds like the kind of game that they release in between Fire Emblems, right?
Yeah. And then I'm like, I'll play War Tales for like 10 hours and then I won't play it for like a year. And then I'll come back and I'll play I have like 55 hours in the game.
Yeah. Oh shit, right. And it's been
this is my longest playthrough right now. I've been playing it. This one's like 15 to 17 hours. Like this is just, I put some Dr. K on and I just fucking play War Tales. And I'm just like, or listen to Warhammer. I don't think a lot of people know this about me. I'm like a huge fucking Warhammer 40K like nerd.
What?
I love Warhammer. I don't talk about it.
Do you play the physical game or do you play?
I play the video games, and then I just listen to.
I was gonna say I can't picture you there.
No, I wasn't. I didn't like play the board games or painting or doing any. I don't do any of that. I love the games, and I love the lore of just. Oh.
So you just be there listening to like why this Space Marine is yellow for like 2-hour podcast. Yeah,
literally. I just watched the whole 4-hour thing about the Horus Heresy and like the beginning of the and I was just like, yeah, I'm over here playing War Tales. I'm like, woo, this is just.
I forget that you're like a straight up nerd sometimes.
I'm a fucking nerd, dude. I'm a fucking nerd. That's what I'm saying. Like, people don't realize how much of a nerd. Like in school, I was like, people don't even know, dude. Because I can code switch like that, bro. I got my different, when I go back to Maryland, I got my, I got the Baltimore me. I when I'm with the nerds, this is me right here. This is when I'm in school with my soccer teammates. Like I had the system down. They did not, no one would know.
When you're back in like school, everybody's running track, getting prepared for like soccer. Everybody's listening to like fucking Keith Chief and like Lil B in their headphones. And we just come over to Kay and he's still like, actually, the reason that the Space Marines...
And I'm just like they're mad, and I'm just mad dogging too. I'm literally just there, like And then meanwhile, it's like so it's really interesting. The Grey Knights actually, the fucking origin of these Grey Knights is actually pretty interesting because you see Horus and fucking Janus split off from just two different factions.
And you're there,
shit is I'm like
mean mugging. You're mean mugging, like drinking your water, eating your snacks, like and they're like, Kay's in the zone.
Game time, bitches.
You're there going like, you bitches. Fuck him up, Horus.
Game time, bitches. Yeah, this shit was so fucking. No, I'm glad that you found that out on
Cat's out the bag, man. Recording. You'll have to teach me about that shit someday in the future.
I don't talk about it at all, really, ever, because it's just like.
Is it one of those things where you just haven't found your Warhammer guy yet?
I think so.
When you and Jay I nearly said when you and Jay hooked up, but when you guys met, when you linked, it was like boom. Yeah. Oh. Are we blown up?
Okay, yeah. Right? Yeah. There's a super fucking funny video of I don't remember his name, but like the Superman guy.
Oh yeah, Henry Cavill.
Yes. Yeah, he's like a huge Warhammer guy.
Yeah, massive.
Like, he loves Warhammer. There's like a video of him where he's like, he's this lady's interviewing him. She's like, what do you? He's like Warhammer 40K. That's my jam. And then the other guy's like, what army do you play? And then he's like, I play, Custodes. And he's like, oh yeah, I like Necrons. And he's like, and then they're like, oh, should we?
He gives his number, doesn't he?
They became like, because these are all like actors, people like good looking ass people who you wouldn't expect. I love that fucking bit. Because I'm like, this so is just, it describes like the best male friend. Those guys are probably like fucking best friends. Like,
That's one thing about being a dude, right? Isn't it? Like, you might not know shit about that guy. He might have the most horrific past. When you find out that he likes a thing that you like, that you can't talk to with your rest of your friends,
boom, we're bros for life. Mukav, like, you just said it. This guy is probably committing war crimes and doing all kinds of crazy shit. Fire them? My nigga, man, let's go.
I don't want to film anymore because I don't want to edit anymore. That was fun. Hopefully, I'll get this one edited before round 2 Kendrick versus Drake sets off.
Before he hits the red button.
Yeah.